We're going to talk about I Saw Water by Tiger's Jaw. So here's where I'll start. This is a water in a shaker bottle. Um this wasn't okay, so there was a lot of Tiger's Jaw songs that were written before the self-titled album, pizza album or whatever you want to call it. And a lot of them were just uh early attempts at, I had been in bands. Well, okay, we'll talk about it like this. I had been in bands before Tiger's Jaw, but Tiger's Jaw was the first time where I was really leading a band. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this focus. There, that's a little bit better. That worked. That actually worked. Amazing. How about that? All right. Okay, so I've been in bands before Tiger's Jaw. I was in like a ska punk band when I was like 12 and 13. Um, I after that I was in like after that phase, I wanted to do more like indie rock stuff. I was listening to more um a lot of Saddle Creek records stuff, Bright Eyes, Cursive, things like that. And um so I wanted to do something in that vein, just something that wasn't like so genre heavy. So I started writing and more acoustic guitar based, or at least it would come from an acoustic um, part of it could originally be played on an acoustic guitar or something. Again, this is early songwriting where I wasn't totally sure what I was doing. Um, that's Tiger's Jaw. That is at least the beginning of it. Some would say I still don't really know what I'm doing. And um, so a lot of our early songs were slower. Um, there was some mid-tempo stuff, but for the most part it was slower or like a mid-tempo beat, not that fast or anything like that. Um, and that's stuff like the Tiger's Jaw album belongs to the dead. Uh, and there was a uh, that was probably our first. That definitely was our first release, and there was also songs being released on MySpace and stuff like that when we were just demoing for the first time. This is me and Ben Walsh. Um, there was a false start in the band where we had a different bass player and keyboard player also playing with us. Dan, my friend Dan Dalrymple, playing keyboard. He's an amazing piano player. Just wasn't really into what we were doing. And it wasn't really a good fit. And Bob Magieski, who was a friend of mine from high school and middle school and stuff like that. He played bass, but him and Dan kind of left. Their interest in the band waned early on. Again, we were like 15 or 16 years old, so whatever. And then uh, eventually Ben moved. Ben was playing drums at the time. Eventually Ben moved over to guitar and started writing more songs. Brianna joined the band on keyboard. We knew Brianna through our friend Bob Barnett from Captain We're Sinking. And we had our friend Mike May playing drums. Mike's brother is Tom May from the Menzingers. And that was the lineup for a little bit. And around that time, I started playing more shows with punk bands and stuff like that. Just because, well, we were playing a lot of shows. We were booking a lot of shows. Me and Ben and I ran sound for a venue in Scranton for like a year. So we were booking ourselves a lot there with our friends who were in like punk bands and stuff like that. And listen, this isn't a history of Tiger's Jaw or anything, but I'm trying to get caught up to where I start talking about the song. So started playing with bands like Captain We're Sinking and Three Man Cannon and the Menzingers and stuff like that. And as a result of that, I started writing more. Bob Barnett calls it the Tiger's Jaw bop. And that's like the that up tempo, the tempo that I Saw Water is, and like Between Your Band and the Other Band and Arms Across America and Slow Come On and Cool. Songs like that. Just that I can't really explain it. Just the tempo. Here, I'll pull up I mean, if you listen to those songs, you know what I'm talking about, but I'll pull up a drum rack so you can hear what I'm doing. Not that. Yeah. Like that, right? So I wanted to do songs that were, that could translate live. All my friends were playing in bands that had like a crazy energy live. And that like, when we're 17 and 18, we could like drink a 40 in the car and then like go into the show and just like have a good time. And the music that I originally wanted to make for Tiger's Jaw was not that type of music. It was quiet, down tempo. It was more mature in my head than what actually came out. But anyway, also at this time we were playing with Title Fight a little bit more and getting booked at like punk and hardcore shows, and you don't want to be like the odd man out at every show. You don't want to be like the weird band. You would like people to see that you're unique in a certain way. You don't want to be derivative. You don't want to sound like everyone else, but at the same time you don't want to be like, if you want your band to be popular, like you kind of have to listen to the people or like be aware of who you're playing with and what the scene is around you, so you could one, like be accepted by that scene, and then two, like rise above it. So that was the plan. Anyway, so I Saw Water was one of those songs where we want to it was just, I wanted to have a high energy song, high energy, more punk. I figured the lyrics could drive it. The lyrics could still be, the weird Tiger's Jaw stuff that I was trying to write. And that's where we're at. So, uh, let me think of where I want to go next with this. Well, the song is called I Saw Water. Um, because I saw it in a. Okay, also, like, again, I was like 15 and 16 years old, or however old I was when I wrote this song. So, like, I had to go to church with my family. Like, I just had to do it on Sundays. And in the hymnal or whatever, like, yeah, the hymnal, the book that has all the songs, the first one of the first ones opens with the phrase "I saw water," dot dot dot. And I never heard it. Like, I never heard them sing that song in church or something like that. And then I was like, "That's cool. I'll apply that later. You know, that'd be a cool song title." Again, I'm like younger, so I'm trying to just absorb everything and pull. Still clumsy writing songs, at this time. So I'm, yeah. Hey, thanks, Peasy Frog. Um, so I'm just trying to pull from stuff. So the title came from a church song that I have not been able to find. So I wonder if it was like a local type thing or what. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so that's where the title came from. Now the song itself, um, little did I know, sounds a lot like the song "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." They're pretty similar. Um, so they start with they both start on like the C. Uh, I mean, what's really the same about them is that they start on like a C major or whatever key that song's in, and then you know, um, then they change, and then the verse or the phrase of the verse ends with the A minor G F chord pattern. Pretty weird. Um, Also, there's some melody things that are the same. Like that melody is it's I say it and I saw water. I say like how does it go? Fuck. I can't get it. I wanna be the one who walks in the sun. That's girls just want to have fun. I swallow water right in front of her face. Same thing. Um, I don't know what the hell I was doing. Like when I was 16, listening to that song. I wasn't listening to that song actively, but yeah, same song. Um, has very common, the chorus. That A minor GF is the same as like every song I ever wrote. But I don't think stuff like that matters. I think I think you can repeat chord progressions as much as you want, uh, as long as like you don't become boring or something like that. It's fine. As long as the melody is different or the lyrics are different, like I use the same chord progressions all the time. So that's that. The intro of the song, that like the dun 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 dun. So I'm in a bad key. I'm having a hard time finding the note, but that is Ben Uh, Ben Ben wrote that. I saw water. That part. Hard intro. Probably just as so we're not just starting like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like coming in on the chords. Gives it more of an interesting intro, I guess. Also goes off live. Um, so we did that. Oh, you want to hear the song? All right, I'll play the song. I might get dinged for it, but um, fuck it. I guess I'll do that, and I'll just walk through it. There we go. All right, right there. So that first part is Ben. Quickly, I think if I just stop, yeah, if I just like keep making noise and stuff, it'll be fine. But so that intro is all Ben. So is that lead. I never wrote leads for Tiger's Jaw stuff, but let me see. That guitar part that Ben is playing is all him. I would always just leave that stuff to Ben, Thanks Arms Across America. Um I would always just leave that stuff to him. Um I'll skip ahead a little bit. I mean, you should listen to the song anyway, because you'll have a way better sense of what I'm talking about. Um, Pretty standard stuff. The smiley face thing in the background is a Chinatown Market basketball. Mm-hmm. Lyrically, this song is also about a lot of yeah, listen, I'm in high school, so it's like high school melodrama shit, right? It's about your friends. It's about like liking girls and girls not liking you back or whatever, or like being burned by people, um, etc. So that's what's happening. Now remember, I said I had the title of this song, so that allowed me to fill in some of the blanks. The imagery is already there. Like you have like the water theme or like idea. So it's pretty easy to go from there. Mm-hmm. Very hard song to sing. That this is very high note. Common problem early in Tiger's Jaw, where I was trying to just sing way higher than like I actually could comfortably. And I didn't get out of that until like I left Tiger's Jaw. Honestly, it wasn't until after I left Tiger's Jaw that I was like, wait, I can just write songs that are comfortable for me to sing. There's still some songs that Wicca Face songs that are not. Like the song I Lose Everything. That one is really hard. Really hard. Thanks, Callie. That song's really hard to sing, but anyway, yeah, it made this song a pain to sing live. So it opens, first half of the verse is like palm muted, second half just full on Tiger Shot, bop, rock music. Again, probably inspired by stuff the Menzingers and Captain We're Sinking were doing, although this might have been a little bit before the Menzingers. Also just whatever punk bands I was listening to at the time. It's just a bop, you know, tempo wise. So the structure of the song is pretty weird. That first part is a verse, and then this part, this I saw lighter, I impressed her part is like a bridge. the bridge continues with an instrumental part with Ben just playing like leads over it. And then the bridge keeps going. Instead of A minor G F, you add the C in the middle. A minor G C F to break it up a little bit. Although this is still like a pre-chorus. Like this isn't really the chorus of the song. Okay, so obviously Brian Jones, well that reference is well, here's what it is. It's me at 16 learning about like other weird musicians, quote unquote weird musicians that were like kind of legendary or whatever. And Kira, hey, what's up, Kira? Man, that's great. I'm so happy she's here. Hey, thanks to Human Trash. Kira's back. Oh boy, Kira, here's what we're doing. I'm talking about a song that I wrote when I was like 16 years old, from an old band that I was in called Tiger's Jaw. So yes, thanks, kids. All right, so yeah, I'm hyped too. This is a great day. Great moment on the stream. Okay, so okay, so Brian Jones was a multi-instrumentalist. He was in the Rolling Stones and was found dead in a pool, swimming pool. So this is just me being dramatic. It's me having the song title, I Saw Water, and then relating that to Brian Jones drowning in the pool. It's not really that cool. It's kind of cringe now, but like also when you're recording songs when you're a teenager that last, that's what happens. It's also a big reason why I left Tiger's Jaw is just because it got very hard. You know, you're at a way different place when you're 16 than you are when you're 23 or 22. So it was a little cringe just to keep playing those songs. Are there ads? I'll wait a second. In the meantime, I'm drinking an Americano and yeah. Okay, I'm sorry about this. Back to it. I was talking about the line. I felt just like Brian Jones, which is kind of cringe. It's a little literal. It's like here's this cool, seemingly cool musician, Brian Jones from the Rolling Stones, and like I'm just learning about him, so I'm gonna name drop him so people will equate me to him. I think that's probably what was going on in my mind. It's really hard to explain, but it's probably what was going on. And again, like I said, like that's one of the reasons why I left the band is it has nothing to do with the other members. It's just really hard to keep playing songs that you wrote when you're a teenager, when you're in your 20s, and like getting a better sense of songwriting. Let's keep going. Again, that's like a bridge. And then we go into like what I guess is the chorus. Is this but me? Yeah, of course I like you. Blah blah blah. I have a lot of songs. I have Kira. I have this band, Tiger's Jaw, had 3 albums or 4 albums that I was on, and wrote. I was one of the primary writers on that. And then as Wicca Phase, I have like 10 albums, whatever. Man, when I'm listening to this, I can hear how hard it was to sing it and how high those notes are for me to sing comfortably. I really couldn't do it. So then, after this part, I think there's some auto tune on this. I'll talk about recording it quickly. We recorded this album at JL Studios with a guy named Joe Loftus, and he's just like a local guy. Title Fight went to him, so we went to him. It's a lot of Tiger's Jaw history. We would just like kind of follow Title Fight. We went to him. Me and Ben were paying for this ourselves for the most part. It was like kind of expensive to record there. Yeah, so we did that. But there was definitely some auto-tune trickery there. It's fine though. There's nothing wrong with that. But it does sound this sounds very local studio sound. It's very clean. Everything's like separated. It doesn't sound like listen to Pay for Pain. Pay for Pain doesn't sound like that. Pay for Pain sounds like a band playing in a room. This sounds like everyone recording individually in a very sterile environment. There's no real production behind it. We just sang the songs as they were and tried to get clean, perfect takes. And that's like, it's not ideal, but whatever. So after this part, which I guess is the chorus, it just goes back into the bridge / pre-chorus part again. There you get the title of the song, I Saw Water. That was a struggle to hit that note, but that one didn't sound that bad. That one wasn't that bad either. And again, this song is like written for the sole purpose of it being like a high energy live song to like get the crowd into it. That line right there is, I woke up feeling embarrassed from when I drowned in my swimming pool. That's just more Brian Jones shit, more Brian Jones lore, heavy-handed. Listen, I know it sounds like I'm being hard on myself. I think I have that right, though, because I wrote this song. So I'm allowed to critique myself. It's Ben doing harmonies. Ben does all the harmonies. And then the song just ends with this line 4 times. And yeah, if we could give Ian a sub, that would be great. If I knew how to give subs, I would do that. But I actually don't know how. I'm also not logged in on the stream chat. So I can't like type, That's it. That's the song.